I beat the Transit Easter egg in a world record amount of rounds, and this is exactly how I did it. Welcome back everyone to another video, and today we're on Black Ops 2 Zombies for the first map of Black Ops 2 being the one and only Transit, and we'll be beating this map on the lowest round possible. So I will be doing all BO2 maps on the lowest round possible, so if you'd like to see what the lowest round is for all the BO2 maps, subscribe. So to start our game, we must build the wind turbine with the 3 parts in the spawn room, and also we need to get to 1,500 points. So I ended up getting to 1,600 points, didn't have to be spot on, and then we just add all of the parts separately to that workstation here. We can't hold all of the parts, like all 3 parts like you can in Black Ops 3. You have to get them individually, which is a little annoying, but it's okay. It just takes an extra 5 seconds of my life. So now that we have added all 3 parts, we can grab the turbine, and it acts as a mini power source we can run around the map with. So we're going to use it to power the first 2 doors here to get out of the spawn room. So this is the first door here. We can grab it, place it down again, and then we get the second door open. And then we're able to walk outside and fully take in the map. I actually really like the look of this map. And then there is Ted, the bus driver. I actually really like this map. Also, because I am on PC, I turned off the fog. The fog is so annoying. The map looks 100 million times better without it. So if anyone has a problem with that, they can fight me. And then we end up buying the Olympia. Doesn't exactly look like the Olympia. Yeah, so if you are the Bone 1 or Bone 2 rank, you are actually able to buy the ray gun off the wall. So you basically just need to be a shitter at the game, and then you're able to get the ray gun off the wall at the very start, which is really handy for us because we need the ray gun for a later step. So we can now hop on the bus and then wait for Ted to take us to the next area that we need to go. I'm not gonna lie, every time I play Transit, I have a ball. I actually really like this map. I know it's like considered the most hated zombies map or the worst zombies map, but I have a great time playing it. Apart from the fact that you do have to do a lot of running around, hence why I turned off the fog, because look how much better it looks. But apart from that, I actually really enjoy Transit. I don't know what's wrong with me. Someone can figure that out. But we do have to hop off here because the first step of the Easter egg is building the jet gun, and our first part is here. So we are going to say bye to Ted. See ya. And we need to go look for the first jet gun part. So the first jet gun part is here, and I feel like if I was able to hold more than 1 part at a time, I could do this Easter egg in half the time that it actually takes to do it. So yeah, we've got the first jet gun part. Now we need to make our way to the next area. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, see, I feel like this is why people hate Transit so much, because the denizens are on your ass the entire game. Like, it's so bad, but you are able to kill them really easily with the ray gun. But I thought I would just show them, like, harassing me. But you do always have to turn around and, like, shoot them and watch your back. But we have arrived at the diner. Look how pretty this is. I really like the look of this map. I may be crazy, but it's a good map. I just think it was, like, right idea, but I think there is a lot of parts that make it just, it doesn't gel. I don't know, but I was not bothered to run to the next area, so I just thought, you know what, I'll catch a ride. Ah yes, training a zombie on the bus. See, it's okay when there's 1 zombie on the bus, but if there's anything more than that, then you're in a bit of trouble. So anyway, we do hop off here. Farm, nothing for us to do. So because Ted's going to stop there and not move for a while, we just book it to the next area. So even though I had the fog off, I still somehow got lost. And that took an extra 5 minutes than it needed to. But we are where we need to be, and we have arrived at town. Now town is very important because there are 2 things that we need to do here. Actually, there's a little bit more than 2. But one of them being opening up the vault. Now, Black Ops 2 doesn't have gobblegums, but it has something probably a lot worse. So we can run in here, go into the bank, and just withdraw all the points we need. How broken. Like, okay, it doesn't have gobblegums, but like, we now have money to do whatever we want around the map, which is, I don't know, I mean, it's like, it's a cool feature. I guess it's just one of those things where it's like, you either choose to use it or you don't. So we run in here now, and then we're able to place the turbine down, which will power up stamina. And this is where we're going to build the jet gun. So we're going to add our first part here, and then we're going to grab stamina because there's a lot of running involved in this map. So I definitely got my cardio done for the day on this map. So yep, we now have stamina, and we have the first jet gun part done. Now we can run up here, and look what's up here, Jug. So we can use the turbine, power it on, and then we have Jug. I think the turbine's a pretty cool feature, to be able to use it to power up things on the map without actually having to flip power on, which we now need to go do. But we're going to run into the cabin first, and we're going to grab the Bowie knife off the wall here, which is very, very helpful against the denizens. So that's 3,000 points. But we have enough points. And then the second jet gun part. Cool. Done. So now we can add the second jet gun part, and thank God for video editing because there is so much running involved in this low round, but it's okay. So I'm able to pull out the turbine, and it does make us run a little faster, and then all I have to do is just keep turning around and whacking the denizens. I don't know how many denizens I killed this game, but it was a fair few. Finally, we are at the area where we can turn on the power. So through this little door here where there's a toilet there, it makes a beautiful sound. Perfect. We can turn on the power here. So we need to find the 3 parts to then actually turn on the power. So the first one is here. And yes, I did edit this so that the brightness in this room is so bad. It's like a flashbang. So yeah, I toned it down. You are welcome. So there, the first part is done. And then the second part is just here. We can add that. And then the third part, the little zombie hand. So now that all 3 parts are added, we can turn on the power. And then doing that spawns in this guy. I actually don't know what his proper name is, but I know it sounds like avocado. That's about all I've got. So now that little cute animation's done, we can run into here, and in here is our next jet gun part. So I just look around for it, but I don't actually even know the spawns, but it ended up being down here, so we grabbed that, and then guess what we have to do? We have to run it back to town. Someone on Reddit said, is there an index for what the lowest rounds are for all the zombies maps? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that for my channel. So it doesn't matter what the Easter egg is. I'm going to do it on the lowest round. So we can now add that part to our jet gun. Now we need one more part. Now we don't actually have to run around the map. We can use these portals here if we use the denizens right below the lamp. But then Ted decided to be a great time to hit me with the bus. So anyway, that created the portal. We jump through. And it takes us exactly where we don't need to go. So I just do it over and over until it takes me where I need to go, because I'm way too lazy to run. So all you do, you just get the denizen on you, get it close to the lamp, and then it'll open up a portal. So after doing it about 8 times, finally I jump through, and it takes us to where we need to go, the cornfields. Now, if we run through the cornfields, we are able to get to Noct, where our final jet gun part is going to be. So we pick that up, and Richtofen will even tell you when you've collected all the jet gun parts, which is just nice confirmation. But you have to be Stallinger, I think, which is the character that we're using. So now we can finally build the jet gun fully. We have all the parts, we can now equip it, and we can move on to the next step of the Easter egg, which involves us getting a shit ton of kills with it, I promise. Okay, I lied. We're going to whip it out, and then we're going to point it up here, and we're just going to hold down shoot on it, and then it breaks. So that's the next step of the Easter egg. We basically built the jet gun just to break it. So that's fun. But now we need to get 15 kills with explosive weapons, or explosives, I think. But because we have the ray gun, that counts. So we need to get them under the little power grid tower thing there. Now, sadly, since we do have to kill zombies, we are going to end round 1 and we go to round 2. Not only are we going to go to round 2, we're also going to go to round 3. So once we've killed enough zombies, Richtofen will start yapping. That's how we know that we've done this step, but we can also check another way as well. So if we make our way to one of the lampposts and we see that it's glowing and flashing like that, we know that we did the step correctly. So now we have one final thing to do. We need to get EMP grenades out of the box. So we need to make our way to the box. So now we are at the diner, and the box always spawns in this room here. So we're able to hit the box as much as we need. We have more than enough points from the bank to get the EMP grenades. Luck wasn't exactly the greatest, so wasn't able to get it. So now I gotta wait for the box to respawn somewhere else. So the box spawned in at the bus depot, and I hit the box once and once only, and I get the EMP grenade. So we can now do the final step of the Easter egg. Or can we? So the final step of the Easter egg requires us to get a denizen. He needs to create a portal right below one of the lampposts, and then we basically need to throw an EMP grenade, jump, and then once we get out of the portal, throw another EMP grenade, and then that is the Easter egg done. So I throw the EMP grenade, jump, and the game crashes. Now, I also then get into another game, do all the whole Easter egg again, do the exact same thing, game crashes. And then I give it one more go, game crashed again. So I had to call him back up here. So this is Chris. Chris did the final step for me. Big shout out to him. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description. he does it correctly. I don't know why my PC didn't want to work and didn't want to let me do it, but if you do it successfully, that will happen. And then the tower that we killed all the zombies under will be flowing with electricity, and that is the Transit Easter egg done on round 3 solo. So big shout out to Chris for getting the final part of the footage for me. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.